My dear respectable brothers and sisters in Islam, respectable elders, and beloved listeners. Unarguably, there is something where you and I afraid a lot, subhanallah. And that particular thing, now for you as a human being, they in a situation wherein you become bankrupt. You're not able to fulfill your financial obligations as the time where you want them. Or there are times the debts the way you owe, there's so much that you're not in position for pay. That's they enslave you in a way that when you see the person where you owe, even when he says salam to you, in your heart, you go think, say, he want for collect you. Not in a day, way difficult, subhanallah. Like for day in a state wherein you owe people a lot, and you're not in the capacity for pay them at all. For answer salam will be difficult for you, and for greet the person will be difficult. Subhanallah. There are some people sometime back, maybe they enjoy the face mask to the extent that when they say take off face mask, it becomes difficult because the face mask also be the mask in that's the way you owe. So that when you are way oh see him, you not go no say na in the cab. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strengthen we and grant we the ability for pay we debt them. And for grant we the ability for they in a financial situation we are in, inshallah, we can be able for fulfillments them within the context of halal by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So without a doubt, we all afraid for they in that state. That is why we are making an effort. That is why when people get a bit, they say, la save small and la use small. So that when a day in need, I go na the bank, subhanallah, and then get the money I be don't save in order for solve exactly what I want for solve by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in doing that, many a times you check the bank before you bank with the bank. You trust the bank first before you bank with the bank. People will tell you that I won't bank with this bank. Why is that? You say I not trust them. That is why the bank them, they do a lot in terms of advertisement, in terms of explaining to you the concept, so that you go be moved, subhanallah, by what they stand for, in order for you for develop the courage for bank with them. Subhanallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is far more higher. وَلِلَّهِ مَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. To Allah belong the highest of example. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assure we all, he say, look, bank with me. When you bank with me, I go multiply exactly what you put in me bank. Man dhal ladhi yuqridu Allah qardan hasana. Who from amongst me slaves them? Subhanallah, we're ready for bank with me in a way that inshallah, when you bank in a correct way in the hereafter, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant you exactly plus what you give for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This na Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows everything, subhanallah. Whatever little way you give for the sake of Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assured we of showing that particular deed to us in the hereafter and then multiply them if in a good. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you the ability for bank more when it comes to the spiritual banking. But my beloved brothers and sisters, banking with Allah is so much important. It's very much important, far more higher than banking with any bank on this globe, subhanallah. Because the bank of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so secure. Nobody will change a figure in there, subhanallah. There is nothing you go scared when it comes to the banking with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why is that now? Because Almighty Allah, who was Sami'un, Alimun, Qaribun, Basirun, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inna the Musiara, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows everything. He not forget anything, subhanallah. No matter how small it is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never ever forget that deed what you do for his sake. That is why when Luqman Hakim be the advice in Pekin, he tell him, he say, Ya bunayya, innaha in taku mithqala habbati min khardalin, fatakun fi sakhra, aw fi samawati, aw fi al-ardi, ya'ti biha Allah. Inna Allah latiful khabir. He say, me Pekin, realize something, know something, that whatever deed we do, no matter how small it is, subhanallah, even if you hide them inside the rock, and not say under the rock, inside the rock, subhanallah, or you hide them inside the heavens, the sama, or you hide them beneath the earth, ya'ti biha Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it bring and come yawmul qiyamah and show you. For indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَنَدَعُ الْمَوَاضِنَ الْقِسْطِ بِيَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ فَلَا تُظْلَمُوا نَفْسُ شَيْئًا وَإِنْ كَانَ مِثْقَالَ حَبَّةٍ مِّنْ خَرْدَلٍ أَتَيْنَا بِهَا وَكَفَى بِنَا حَاسِبِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say on that day, Allah they lay the scale will be laid by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then thereafter, every deed go be weighed, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not rogue anybody. No matter how small the deed what you do, if in a good deed and you be bankam in the bank of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, atayna biha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant you the reward. وَكَفَى بِنَا حَاسِبِينَ. Allah say, me are sufficient, subhanallah, for reward you what you deserve, and more than even what you deserve. This is the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if in a bad as well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala go show you, subhanallah, if you choose for duam, and he punish, if you choose for punish, or if forgive, if you choose for forgive. Why is that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, يَغْفِرُ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ وَيُعَذِّبُ man yasha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he forgive when he choose for forgive, and he punish when he choose for punish. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for grant we forgiveness. So my beloved brothers and sisters, we need to ensure that we bank a lot when it comes to good deed by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also protect the banking so that we not go yawmul qiyamah, we grab from among the one them we bankrupt. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not make we bankrupt yawmul qiyamah. In dunya, when you are bankrupt, there is a hope, inshallah, that you go reach out to someone, bi-iznillahi ta'ala, and you ask them for help by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or you take a loan within the context of halal, without any interest, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, there are those type of loans, bi-iznillahi ta'ala. You can take if Allah grant you life, and Allah grant you opportunity, you go pay later by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But when it come to the year after, subhanallah, when it come to the year after, when you become bankrupt in the year after, that is the end of the story. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in a beautiful hadith reported by Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu, it tells we of the bankrupt person when it comes to Ummah. Subhanallah. Today when we get nothing in our pocket, we think we are bankrupt. Subhanallah. My beloved brother, you are upon a better footing because you still in a dunya by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is a hope that things go change. Bi-iznillahi ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can change the situation by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But when it comes to the person we bankrupt in the year after, that is the worst type of situation. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam one day, as he be with his companions them, radiyallahu anhum, he was the best of teacher. So he asking companions them, radiyallahu anhum, one beautiful question. He say, atadruna manil muflis? What a beautiful question. He said, do you know who is a bankrupt person? Subhanallah. A beautiful question. Una know who that's not the true bankrupt person? And the companions radiallahu anhum, just like you and I, subhanallah, if we be there in that situation, we could have given the same response where they begin, subhanallah. When they asked them the question, do you know who is a bankrupt person? Subhanallah. They replied by saying, al-muflis fina ma la dirham wala mata'. They say the true bankrupt person within the context of belong, subhanallah. Now the person where not get cash at all, he not get an in pocket, he not get an bank, subhanallah. Not only than the wala mata, he not getting for it, subhanallah. That's not the true bankrupt person. That was the response of the companion radiyallahu anhum regarding the question of a person who is truly bankrupt. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam look at them and he say, this response of Nagi, subhanallah, not to the true definition of the bankrupt person in this ummah. So he said, al-muflis fi ummati the true bankrupt person in this ummah, now the one where they can yawmul qiyamah, be salah, with him prayer, package, it is intact. Was siyam, in fasting package, it is intact. Was zakat, in charity package, it is intact. Meaning, it come yawmul qiyamah with lot of good deeds, subhanallah. Standing in front of Allah with lot of good deeds. He said, but unfortunately, this individual, if he don't abuse so and so person, he don't slander so and so person, he don't kill so and so person, he don't slap so and so person, he don't oppress so and so person, because this person, he offend a lot of people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he detect the good deeds of this person, meaning in salah, in fasting, in zakat, all the good deeds them where you get, Allah they look at that package, then he begin pay the one them way be offend. Subhanallah. Then take from in good deeds, then pay the way be slap yesterday for no good reason. Subhanallah. No matter the number of them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they serve justice on that day. And then they look at the one way be stabbed for no reason, way be killed. And then take from a good deed, then pay this particular person way be killed. They look at the one way he be slander. Subhanallah. The one way be poiling name yesterday, way be write bad bots on WhatsApp, on social media. Subhanallah. And millions of people read that wrong information way send about that person. What happened? They take from this person good deed, then pay the one way he be slander. Subhanallah. Until when in good deeds they're all done. All the good deed way bring all done for pay people away offend. And there are more people away oppressed. And you not get nothing again for pay in terms of good deed. Allah, they look at the bad of the one they way offend. He begin take from them bad, and then he put on for this person way offend them. Subhanallah. Allah, they take from the oppressed, and he put upon the oppressor. Subhanallah. This they continue. And after way, everyone, subhanallah, have been served with justice by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, they take this person, we become with a lot of good deeds, we be stand a chance for enter inside Jannah. Allah, they take him and then he send her inside hellfire. Why is that? Now because all in good deeds the way bring Yawmul Qiyamah. He don't spend them for pay people who will be offended. This person, he is the true bankrupt person, subhanallah, in this ummah, according to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for protect we, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for strengthen we. This is the definition from Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam when it comes to the issue of a bankrupt person. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not make we bankrupt in dunya and also bankrupt in the year after. By the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we always pray the beautiful dua, say Rabbana atina fi dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhab an-nar. Ya Allah, grant we good in this life and good in the year after. And Ya Allah, protect we from the punishment of the hellfire. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answer with dua. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon we.